All right, everybody, I'm BJ from the 478. I greatly appreciate you tuning into my channel, and today I want to talk to you about the 57 Belair I'm working on for a good buddy of mine. And man, this is absolutely one of the cleanest ones I've had the pleasure of working on. This guy, I've been knowing him since we were young, and it's just something I could do for a good friend of mine. And what we're gonna put in there is gonna be some new kick panels, a 5-channel Rockford amp, which I am an authorized dealer down here at OCD Audio LLC. And so back here in the rear deck, what he did was he ordered a new piece because it only had one speaker here, but the new rear deck lid actually looks just like the factory one, but I was able to go ahead and cut the holes out. I didn't want to cut squares. I want to cut a perfect hole. That way they melt down in there, and then they perform better. So what I'll do is I'll run a baffle underneath there as well, and then maybe that'll give you an idea what I got going on. But I didn't want to cut a square out. I wanted to actually run a nut and a bolt through there so we're not having any issues out of there, and then I'll run a baffle underneath. Just to make sure it's got a pretty decent sound in here. Now all my wires are going to be zip tied up, and then I'll run that 5-channel right on the back wall and make me an amp rack and just keep this thing nice and clean. A lot of times I do make my own speaker wire out of OFC. This is actually 16 gauge primary wire that I will braid up and then run to the amplifier from the speakers. I don't necessarily like using the actual speaker wires that come with those with any of your aftermarket kits. So delete that, use a make my own wire, or I order some, and I'll run this. I got it off Amazon, which is not bad. I want to say it's like 40 bucks for 100 feet of OFC, and this is 14 gauge. And so what I'll do is I'll run that to the front, and said over time you won't get any kind of corrosion and all that good stuff, and you'll get a good strong power signal to those speakers that you run. So inside of here is actually pretty decent. I mean, I expected to see a lot more underneath the seat, maybe some old coins or something like that, but none of that. I'm gonna clean up all this stuff, the rest of this little stuff like that, and I'll vacuum all that up. I want to make sure I got everything I had to cut out first before I start vacuuming up anything. But yeah, I'll clean that, get all those little whatever that is. I think this is out of the seat. Yeah, I'll get it out of it for you. In the front now, I didn't explain to you on that factory radio is going to be replaced with one of these retro style radios, and it looks exactly like the factory. Here we go. It's a slide bar radio. Man, this is actually one of the better ones on the market. Retro makes a good one too. It's got 300 watts on it. It's got 7 color choices on here as well, and it should have high voltage front, rear, and sub for RCA's out. Yeah, DSP. Wow, we're gonna see what that actually hits like. I need to go get, and I think I'm gonna get them tomorrow. I got stinger jacks on the way. And like I said, this wire right here, how I make it is just take 2 pieces of wire, braid it up with my drill, and then I'll run it like that, because a lot of times, like I said, you want a good signal to whatever speakers you're playing. And speaker wire counts, people. When you're running stuff into one of your customer cars, or on these older cars, you have tendency to get more moisture in these cars because of like the sealing is not as good as some of the newer cars, just depending on what it is, because there's a lot of cheap cars out there that's new and they don't seal up worth nothing. But in saying that, you don't want you know, moisture and anything getting in those speaker wires, because that's when they'll start turning white and break, and you'll get oxidation in there, and you don't want that. And that happens to a lot of marine stuff, any of the boats and stuff like that. If you ever took a wire apart and it's got, you know, white powder in there, that's corrosion. So I'll update and make new grounds for his actual alternator, and I'll run new power wires. So once I put that amplifier back there, it's gonna have enough juice to do what we need to do. And I'll upgrade all this wire here, just to make sure everything is everything. Get it nice and neat for my guy. Other than that, I want to say that's the factory motor in there, but this is one thing I can say: if it is, it crank up on the dime. 3-speed in the column. This is going to be one nice car. Also, what I may do, and I'm going to do it when I get that radio out. I'm going to see how much space is available up here, and I'll probably make a center channel to go underneath this if I can bolt something up in there, or get it to stay where it's not rattling. And so this project should be done sometime in the middle of next week. I'll keep you posted. I'll do another video on what it actually looks like and what the radio looks like once it powers on. There is a Dakota digital dash in this car, so man, this thing is actually just looks beautiful in here once you turn it on. I don't want to put the power on there right now. Reason being, got some wires that I need to fix and all that good stuff, just to get them right. And so, in saying that, all my customers that bring me their cars, what happens is I put new red top Optimus batteries in their vehicles just as courtesy. So it'll be these right here. And a lot of people, if you don't know, I use red tops over yellow tops because the yellow top is actually a race car battery, but a red top has more cranking amps. So when you got more cranking amps, when it's cold out there, that's what you need, and that's what we're going to use in all my little builds. Every car in here, even my good buddy Brandon's his Monte Carlo, which is this thing is killer. I don't know who wet sand or painted this car, but man, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's dirty. You know, it is absolutely a delight to have in my shop. I can't wait to go ahead and finish it up. But to me, I don't know if you're just looking at it, but whenever I look at it, if you look at it at a certain way, I see Grand National all through this car. And I'm telling you, it's a pleasure to open the door and actually look at this vehicle and that Belair, and you just see the craftsmanship and the actual stuff they're made out of. And these newer cars, like my car over here, you know, you see how you pushing on that fender or something like that? This is a real car. That plastic thing over there, it fetches a pretty good penny. I don't know if anybody knows. This is a 22 jailbreak, and it's my new car, and it just came in not too long ago. But man, this car right here is nothing compared to that car. That car is a timepiece. It's beautiful. It cranks up on a dime. It's running, and it's worth a lot of money to this day right now. So I'm doing a system in this for Brandon. We're gonna use some of the stuff he brought me, some Scar Audio, and I got a box I built for 112, which would be that 12 right there. It's the ZVX 12. I'm putting one in here, and it should sound pretty good. He didn't want a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dynamat everything up for him. He doesn't want a lot, but it's just, we want a nice clean sound, and so that hopefully that's what we'll get out of it. Now, if you don't know where I'm located at, I'm located in Centerville, Georgia. My name is BJ. I'm the owner of OCD Audio LLC. You can Google me. You can look up my actual business online. Call me if you have any questions. You want some work done from me, just reach out to me, and we go from there. Like I said, all my proceeds go to needy people. That's why my channel was funded, to help people in need. So all my proceeds from my YouTube channel goes towards helping people in need. So if you need anything from me, you want to contact me, like I said, just Google OCD Audio LLC, and that'll get you everything, all my information, where I'm located. I build a lot of stuff for the 70 to 75 Caprice Classics, all the top panels, the actual consoles, all that stuff I build in-house, and I ship absolutely anywhere. So like I said, my Instagram also is BJ from the 478, BJ_478, and it's the same as my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Till next time, stay tuned and I'll get you some more updates on this Belair. Thanks.